Okay, so I sent over a pre-made video with another dog going over the e-collar. So if you're wondering why I got that, it's just because I don't honestly want to have to re-go over the mechanics of the e-collar every single time a dog graduates, since I have to do it on video. But since you already trained Riley and all of the commands are pretty much the same, I wanted to focus our videos on something more specific to what Riley or Willow came here for. One of those things being them becoming too rough with each other. So I think it's very important for you guys to, in a controlled environment, work on creating an off switch. So what I mean by that is getting them riled up and playing, and then midway, stand up straight and cool and calm. Just put them through obedience. Sit down, stay, put them on their place, command, whatever, and then re-engage play. So what I mean by a controlled environment is meaning that you have the ability to reinforce those behaviors, so or enforce the behavior. So they have leashes on, they have e-collars on, whatever. The controlled environment being not somewhere where there's uncontrollable factors, like if you're at a park where there's other people around, or you're out in the backyard where people are walking by, things like that. So when you work on this, when it's controlled and easily enforced, you can then become fluid with that, and then translate it to environments where you don't necessarily have as much control. So that way, when they, on their own, get all worked up and excited, when you say playtime's over, that means that playtime's over. When they get really crazy, I like to just completely disengage play. So if I don't mind play, if they're having fun and having a good time, that's great. When it becomes so much that it's annoying, dangerous, whatever, then I want to stop play and then send them to a place for a little bit. So I just want to show them that getting into that state of arousal is never successful for them. It's not something that's rewarding, it's not fun. It doesn't necessarily need to be a punishment, it's just saying, hey, it's too much, let's calm down for a little bit. So I know that for Riley, I always push the place command. I'm really gonna push it for both of them now. The place command is a great tool. It's good for impulse control, it's putting calm on command. It's just an alternative behavior when they're getting crazy or there's people over or whatever. So impulse control, meaning when you send them to the place, no matter what's happening around them, they have to remain on the place. So in this context, they learn that they're not allowed to react to everything going on around them, and then that helps translate to other things. So if there's people coming over, if you stand up and you leave the room, if food falls on the floor, if somebody walks past the window or whatever, they have already learned how to not be so reactive to those stimulus. Putting calm on command, same thing what I was just talking about before, like when they get into an elevated state of arousal, saying, hey, I need you to take it down a couple of notches. It's the counter to a tired dog is a happy dog. Exercise is great, but it doesn't really fix anything, it just makes them tired. So this is mental stimulation to help balance that physical exercise. Physical exercise alone, it tires the dog out, but it can put them in an elevated state of arousal, whereas mental stimulation helps bring them down, helps getting them using their brains and thinking things through. Are you GD? Okay, let's good. Hi. The mouthiness. I'm hoping that you're getting my report cards. I know that there's no way to respond back to my report cards, but when we want to make sure that both of them, but especially her since she's being mouthy, we want to make sure that she has a healthy outlet for biting, good girl, for playing and getting rough. So we want to give her options that she can bite. So you play tug if it's just like a soft toy, something like that. They have actual tugs if you want to buy them if she has a stuffed animal that she likes. Letting her play and get mouthy on that and have fun. We want her to play. We want her to have a good time, and we want her to have that type of stimulation. But when it becomes something to your skin, or she's jumping up on you, or she's invading your space, we want to make sure that we show her that it's never rewarding, it's never reinforcing. We want to make it so that's a behavior that she doesn't care to continue doing. And I know a lot of people, they will trade out treats. I don't like doing that because I feel like if you're not doing it at the very right moment, you can in fact reward mouthiness. I just like to make a loud, sharp noise to make them kind of startle and not want to do it anymore. And I like to remove myself from play. So pulling your hand away or pushing them away, sometimes that starts a game up, and that can make it fun for them and they want to continue doing that. So if she starts chewing on you, make a loud noise, stand up, and just walk away. Or if she follows you, pick her up and put her in another room, put her in a kennel. It's important that there's no emotions behind it, so we're not getting mad, we're not yelling at her, we're not getting physical with her. It's just the game is over. As soon as you put your mouth on me too hard, everything stops. So every time you do that, the game ends. So eventually, because nothing good comes out of it, nothing at all comes out of it, it'll just go away on its own. But again, you have to have that balance of giving them something to play with. Otherwise, she will try to find her own options.